Hi, loves. Welcome to a new episode of the AW Confidential Podcast. I'm dedicating this episode to the lovers out there. Whether you're in love, or brokenhearted, which we've all been at some point, you have used music to express emotion. I know that I've shown my love and licked many wounds to the sounds of Whitney, Billy, Ariana, Carrie, Romeo Santos, of course, and many more. Now, millions of Latinos look to one particular genre of music to make their serenades much easier. And if you are a bachata lover, this is the episode for you. International artists like Romeo Santos, Aventura, Antony Santos, Prince Royce, Frank Reyes, Luis Vargas, Juan Luis Guerra, Judy Santos have helped put bachata music on the map. And today's guest is making her own mark in the genre with songs like La Cartera and No Soy Tu Juguete. Jae Camilo is an urban bachata recording artist from Brooklyn, New York. Yes, our backyard. The singer-songwriter has performed the national anthem in front of thousands at our own MSG, Madison Square Garden. How's that for amazing? She has also opened on stages in the US and abroad. Jae says that she creates music to connect with people and wants her lyrics to resonate with fans. And they do, as the ladies know. The Underground Awards described her as one of the most self-driven artists on the rise. Welcome, Jae.
Hi, thank you. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're amazing. I mean, what you're doing, you're giving women a voice. You're out there and you're telling our stories as well as, I have a feeling, as yours too. Now, I remember the first time that I heard bachata, like that I really paid attention. And it was in or around 1994, a song by Raulín Rodríguez called Medicina de Amor.
Medicina, of course.
I hated that
classic
song. What? I hated that song.
I can't.
My sister played it over and over, and I thought about, so the song is about a man who's sickly in love, and his only cure was her love.
Yes.
Which I found like really pathetic, and it just didn't seem romantic to me at the time.
Yeah.
But I was a lot younger. So fast forward today, thanks to Romeo Santos, Dominican, king of bachata from the Bronx.
Yes, he is.
And other artists like yourself, there's a new generation of bachata lovers, myself included.
Okay.
I've caught on. Now they're opening doors and just helping bring worldwide popularity to the genre, which is amazing because as a Dominican, we get to highlight our talent.
Of course.
And that's something that it doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
So a new generation of fans is born, and women are disrupting the status quo. Judy Santos, Leslie Gray, Jae Camilo are some of the names popping up on our bachata playlist. You are empowering women with your songs. You're using your lyrics to shake perspectives in the bachata space.
Absolutely.
Why choose a career that places you in a male-dominated arena, as all those names were mostly men?
Yes.
And what has it been like for you as a woman to navigate the sometimes sexist views in the space, gain visibility, get pay equality, and get higher, just getting access to the higher paying gigs? All this stuff has to be really challenging for you. So why do it?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I am so honored to be here today with you and have our little chat. Bachata is a genre that, just like you said it's definitely male dominant, 100%. As you can see, there's only a few females to be named. I'm still battling. I think it's never gonna be not a battle for women. So what I can say is I think that we just have to change the perspective to it. I think that we ourselves are making this a male-dominant genre. I think that we do not allow the change to actually happen. I think that now, though, there is a little bit of a switch, which I love. And that's also due to other mainstream and international artists crossing over to the genre of bachata. As you can see, we have Thalia, we have Evie Queen, we have Carol G, we have Camila Cabello. Like, there's so many right now that have made that collaboration, and it's given it more light to where people are more like accepting, like, okay, I kind of like this whole female
it becomes
bachata
more mainstream
vibe
a little bit.
Yes,
but
yes,
do you
yes.
feel that strips our our essence from the music a little bit?
I don't think it is. This is the thing. The thing that I feel is that I feel that every genre has its moment. I think that every genre has also like its stage. And just like you said before, like Medicina de Amor, that's a song that I heard that I would walk around with Medicina de Amor, quiero de ti. And it was like I had to like but you to learn to love it, you accept it. You know what I'm saying? Now as music evolves, and now it's changing. It's going more mainstream. You have Prince Royce. You have Aventura. You have Romeo Santos, which they have
and his collabs.
Changed. Yes. It has definitely changed the vision of where bachata was. Where
it's evolving.
We always had it for, like you said, el amargue, and to drink and at a bar. Now it's more like you can go to the club and actually dance. And it doesn't have to be so sad. And like you said before, like, listen, like, we're not crying for this lady that's crying, like, I want her love. And no, it could be different. It can be about other things, other experiences in life. So it doesn't necessarily, it's not anymore, what's the word that I can use? Like pigeon cooped into where it's just it's amargue. Like, if you don't have a drink in your hand, that you can't do it. No, I think that it has evolved and it's changing, and that's why I say I feel that it's still ours. You know what I mean? It's still ours. It's just because the mainstream artists are doing their thing to us, I think it's still ours. I think that what they're doing is good. They're giving the genre, there was a time where they said, oh, the genre's dying.
True.
So I think that that's kind of like, no, it's not.
Well, you talk about evolution, and I want to make sure that I highlight this. We grew up in a Dominican culture.
Yes.
And I remember that we were taught, I don't know if that was the same for you, but calladita te ves más bonita. You look better sitting pretty. That's the only way I can think of it.
Of course.
And there's a certain level of machismo that was passed down generation to generation. Not only did you decide to enter this space that's predominantly held by men, but you're a modern woman using her music to empower other women. I have listened to your songs in the car, and it's not like calladita te ves más bonita. Absolutely, it's like I am here.
Absolutely.
So have you ever been challenged during your musical journey, possibly just overwhelmed by doubt? You're pursuing this dream, you're knocking on doors, they're not opening, and that's for every dreamer out there.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So can you maybe share one instance where you were sort of just at the end of your rope, and how did you overcome and see it through? Like, you're like, no, this is what I want to do. Like, can you share one moment? Because we all have them. I want to quit every other month.
Oh, I quit all the time. I quit all the time, and then I wake up and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Right, exactly.
I quit for the past 24 hours.
This is what you're born to do.
It's go time. Absolutely. I mean, it happens a lot. I think that's something that if it doesn't happen, then you really don't love what you do, and it does not set your soul on fire.
Ooh.
That's the way I see it.
I just got chills. Yes, that's exactly
I feel that it's going to happen, and it's based on your character and who you are, and that's what I try to do with my music. That's why it is different, because just like before, women couldn't vote. Women can vote. Women couldn't work. Women work. Women couldn't be police officers. There's many out there risking their lives. So at the end of the day, bachata, women can't do bachata. Who says? Why?
I love that.
Well, why are you talking about women being strong and independent? Because we are.
Absolutely.
You understand? So, yes, our parents, always had the calladita te ves más bonita. But I think that they didn't even understand what they were saying. I think that when we think about it, to me, I feel like it's more if you're classier, you're going to get more, and you're going to, be more in life than being trashy or being, in their minds, being calladita. I think that's what they were seeing. They were seeing the girl who's at home, who's going to go to college, who's going to do something, follow the rules. But the rules that they're talking about, they evolved as well. I feel that those rules, I feel like those rules are different, and they're going to continue to be different. On and on, our generation. Before we had, what was it? We had the vinyl, then we had the cassettes, then we had the CDs, then we had a iPod.
And now we have female football players.
Exactly.
Female vice presidents.
Exactly.
So
we have a female president, Mexico.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Yes.
She's a badass, because I see her all the time, and I say, you see, this is the difference. She doesn't walk in there like, la da 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 da. She walks in there and she's quiet. She grabs everyone's attention. Absolutely. But it's her classiness and her intelligence and everything. So I think that's what it is. I think that it's the way that you see it. And with my music, I feel like some guys, they don't feel it, because sometimes, they don't like hearing the truth. And it is what it is. Yeah. It's life. Someone has to say it.
And well, I'm glad you mentioned that, life. And when I think about bachata, I think about love, heartbreak, longing, and you have written most of your songs. Probably you've had your hands in all of them. Yes. Oftentimes we write from life experience. I know that I wrote A Journey to Becoming the Best Self from my own pain. So do you feel, I'm curious, do you feel that your best lyrics pour out of you when you're in love or heartbroken, or it doesn't make a difference?
I don't know.
Pain can inspire.
I don't know. You know why I don't know? Yeah, definitely can. Look at Adele. Hello. Her best album is through a heartbreak. Right. So yeah, definitely. Right. I mean, on my personal self, I don't really quite know yet, because I just feel like there's songs that I write, and maybe they are through a heartbreak moment or through a very tough time, and everyone loves it, and I hate it.
I know.
And then there's and then there's songs that, are happy. I'm living life, and I flip the page, and I'm like, I'm traveling this whole year on my terms. And I write songs, and then I'm like, oh, I love this. And someone else is like, yeah, it's a lot. Like, like no one has all this money to be traveling or to do this, So I don't know. I write from like you said, my own personal experience, definitely 100%. But I also write about others' experience as well. I love having conversations. I love intelligent conversations. I love sitting down with people and listening to their stories and what they're going through, what craziness is going on in their life, or how happy they are as well. And I write about that. So sometimes it's even someone that's close to me or next to me, or maybe I'm just here and I'm listening to someone else's conversation. And then I'm like, wow, light bulb. That is a topic that I'm pretty sure a lot of other women are going through, but they won't dare say that they're going through that moment. And
talking about music, you have an album coming out. Yeah. When is it finally coming out?
Okay.
I've been asking for it for a while.
Summer 2025. So definitely this year. It's been 2 years in the making.
Okay. Some books take 10 years, so
yes,
2 years is nothing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in some of those songs were recorded maybe even 3 years ago, honestly speaking. Okay. But it wasn't until 2 years ago that I decided, that I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work on an actual album, an EP. So that's what I'm saying. 2 years in the making. So I'm really excited about that,
and we can't wait. Yes. So this month we are celebrating love, and it's only fitting that I ask, where does your love for bachata come from? Who's been your biggest influence?
So, like you said before, being that it's such a huge, male dominant genre, I think that one, I always listen to the older bachatas because of my parents. My parents are both Dominican, so I come from a household of, you already know, Saturday and Sunday, we got the cleaning. One side you have mom always with the Ana Graviel and with the Marco Antonio Solis, but then you have the dad here who, like you said, with the Raulín and the Frank Reyes, even all the way down to Paniagua, to Antony Santos, to all these songs. So I always listened to it. I always sang more of an R&B, believe it or not.
Well, I've heard you sing R&B.
Yes. So I was always more like, that was me in the room. But then I never could just like flick off. My dad sang as well, and he played the guitar. Oh. So on Sundays, all his friends would come over. There's a whole band in my living room. Everyone's playing. What am I going to do? Go sing R&B? No. I'm going to go to the living room and listen as well.
And that's connection.
And find a microphone somewhere and start doing choruses to Monchi and Alessandra.
I remember.
You know? Yes, because I'm like, might as well. Let's do this. So the first female that I ever listened to was actually Alessandra. It was from Monchi.
I remember. She had a really, it was, I can't remember.
They had a time.
Papel? No, but there was like a certain... There was one specific song that completely blew up.
That's
it. That's it. Yes.
Yeah, so she had that song. They had a couple of songs. And, you just think you're Alexandra when that thing, when that hit, I was like, oh, this is me, So that was one of my influences, definitely 100%. And then, of course, as music started evolving, Aventura was definitely there, Prince Royce. And when Aventura came out, we heard Judy Santos.
Obsession, right?
Obsession.
Yes.
I swore I was Judy Santos on my bed.
I think every other girl in the neighborhood did.
Singing from the top of my lungs, Obsession. So that was another influence that I had as well. But those were like the only females that. Then I really actually started searching for females, and I found a couple of females that really never got to, like mainstream or like internationally known, but they were known in the Dominican Republic. Some were known in Puerto Rico, actually. And I was like, oh, okay, these are other females that were trying to kind of do the same thing.
So you mentioned that evolution and how things have changed and grown, and thankfully we have more women. And one of the things that I love to do towards the end of the episodes is like leave the community with a positive message, something inspiring, something empowering. And I wanted to know, as a female artist, what change do you hope to see for women in the world of bachata music?
What I would like to see, honestly, is for more bachata female artists in the game. And what I mean in the game is, I don't think that we should be underground artists forever. I think that there should be that change where that opportunity is given so that the younger generation can answer your question better. I think that your question of who was your influences, and for me to say all these males and literally pick two females out the pot is kind of unfair to our generations to come. I think that it should be like every other genre where you can say a Karol G, a Nicki Minaj, a Cardi, we should have more names to mention when that question is definitely asked.
Love that.
So I feel that the change that I would like to see is, of course, in the future for Jae Camilo to be one of those choices. But, just for our other generations.
Put it out there, girl. Put it out there.
Yes, manifesting it. But yeah, definitely so that there's more females. There's more for people to be inspired by and to look up to.
You inspire me. You inspire a whole community. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, for being here. I want to make sure that everyone learns more about you, about your album upcoming. Yes. So share any social media, or how can people just learn more about you?
Yes, definitely. They can always subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jae Camilo. Spotify, follow me, same thing, Jae Camilo. Instagram, everything is the same, JaeCamilo. So just, subscribe to my channel and, listen to my music.
Well, thank you, love. I wish you nothing but success. You are a light. Thank you for sharing your gift.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you, loves, for joining us on this episode of AW Confidential Podcast. Talk to you soon.